Nnamdi Kanu case is finally becoming more interesting as US delegates unbelievably they stormed Nigeria prison, the Sokoto prison that they actually put Nnamdi Kanu to. These people stormed the prison few hours ago. Come and see what's actually going on. They finally sent them to actually pull off Nnamdi Kanu with immediate effect from the correctional facility in Sokoto. This after the men they are breathing on the insurgency that are actually going on in Nigeria. Now I said it a few days ago. I said the greatest mistake of Nigerian government is to actually send Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. This man is not just a Nigerian man, he's an international trio. Now US delegates are finally here. Now I'll play the full video for you to see everything the way it goes. You will see the way everything goes few hours ago. I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. Nnamdi Kanu is having a very high hope at the moment of getting out of the Sokoto Correctional Center and he will become a free man. Now let us stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just well to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Share to different people. Share to groups. Let a lot of people get to know what's happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. And if you can share it, just well to like it. Like the video. Give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should believe you find for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, maybe due to this video that you're watching, that is when you come across this channel, just endeavor to click the red subscription button that is appearing on your video screen, and at the same time do all to click the notification bell icon so that you'll be the first person that YouTube will notify whenever we drop a new video. Now Nnamdi Kanu is finally on the verge of getting out of the Sokoto Correctional Facility. You know, it was few days ago that they actually sentenced this man to life imprisonment, which a lot of Nigerians actually kick against, and a lot of international communities including US congressmen and all of that, they were against the judgment that was passed on Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria court. A lot of people bashed the judge, Justice Omotosho. They gave him back blows. They said the judgment is so high that why will he sentence Nnamdi Kanu in life imprisonment? What did this man do? Even bandits in the bush that they're actually calling repentant Boko Haram, all of that, they did worse than what Nnamdi Kanu did. It's not even close. But those ones, they will catch them, they will give them amnesty. In fact, according to a report, they said they will send some of them to abroad allegedly to go and get a good life and all of that. Those are the things that are actually happening now. Why did they sentence Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment? Now that judgment actually got the attention of international communities. Now US congressmen put it up in a briefing where they were actually addressing the insurgency and the Christian genocide that was actually going in Nigeria. I know many of you might have seen the video, and they talk about the injustice system that's actually going in Nigeria. They brought up Nnamdi Kanu case. Now these people went further to delegate more on the Nnamdi Kanu case. Now they finally sent down their delegates to Nigeria Correctional Facility, that Sokoto Correctional Facility where they put Nnamdi Kanu to. The reports came in that they finally sent their delegates down there. Now we'll play the full video for you to see everything for yourself. You will see things for yourself in this very video. Nnamdi Kanu is possibly on the verge of getting freedom because they send out those people to actually come and grant his release out of the prison immediately with immediate effect. Now like us stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just want to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Share to groups. Share to different people. Let a lot of people get to know what's happening as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned and what is happening in Nigeria as a whole. And if you can share it, just like the video. Do it to like it. Just like the video. Give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You know, I said it earlier. I said Nnamdi Kanu is not just a Nigerian man, it's an international trio. A lot of people have seen the injustice system that are actually going on in Nigeria, and that is why Nnamdi Kanu can land in a life imprisonment judgment and all of that. Now the news is actually coming in that the moment the US delegate actually arrived, few hours after, the DSS actually released the alleged IPOB members that they arrested since 2022. They newly released them. They newly let them go. You will see it. Rufai Osene actually posted it out there. Imagine people that they've arrested in 2022. Now you can see it on your video screen. Rufai posted, he said DSS DG releases suspected IPOB member detailed since 2022. Now, barely 1 month after ordering the release and compensation of one Abuja-based businesswoman, Mrs. Chinenze Ozuadibe, the Director General State Security Service DSS Oluwatosin Adeola Ajayi has ordered the release of one Kenneth Okechukwu Nwanfo, arrested in July 2022 for his alleged involvement in the activities of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra, popularly known as IPOB. Now they've arrested these people since 2022. Now they're newly releasing them, and that is after the US delegate actually landed in Nigeria, according to reports and all of that. Now let me play the full video of how these people actually entered and stormed the prison where Nnamdi Kanu was actually kept. Now you will see everything the way it goes in the Sokoto prison. First of all, watch the video where the US delegates were actually deliberating on this issue in the first place before they come up with a unanimous decision of coming down to get Nnamdi Kanu out of the prison. Now see things for yourself. Just watch the video. If you can share the video, share it. If you can't share, just like it. Watch it patiently. I'm coming back again to show you more of it.
We are joined by the former chairman of the Africa Subcommittee, who is now over at the Energy and Commerce Committee, James, and I want to thank him. February of 2024, he had a very important hearing on Nigeria and other advocacy throughout that time. So the floor is yours.
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for your personal invitation, for your leadership, and for your friendship. I'm honored to be back. Psalms 96:14 asks, "Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Who will take a stand for me against evildoers?" Nigeria is facing one of the gravest religious freedom crises in the world. As the former chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee on Africa, I have visited and have seen firsthand the direness of the conditions in what is now the deadliest place on earth to be a Christian. They are targeted, displaced, and killed simply for their faith. The ancient plea, "Is there no help for the widow's son?" still echoes today. Since 2019, nearly 17,000 Christians have been killed. In the first 7 months of this year alone, hundreds more were murdered. On June 13th, during the Yellowwater massacre, more than 280 Christians were slaughtered in a single day. These are not isolated tragedies, but a sustained pattern of religiously motivated violence, often ignored or even enabled by the Nigerian government. Extremist groups like Boko Haram, Fulani militants, and ISIS West Africa attack often without any meaningful intervention from authorities. The lack of response has created an atmosphere of impunity where Christians continue to live in constant threat and fear. The United States has previously recognized this crisis. President Trump not only designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern during his first term, but redesignated it again in his second term after President Biden inexplicably removed that designation. Religious persecution is tied to political repression and weakening institutions in Nigeria. Example, the detention of Nnamdi Kanu is a clear example. In 2022, Nigeria's Court of Appeal struck down the charges against him and ordered his release. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention has also called for his unconditional release. Yet he remains in solitary confinement, in deteriorating health, and recently had to represent himself in court. Nigeria has signaled that the law is optional and targeting Christians is fair game. Just hours ago this morning, despite the pleas and cries of the Nigerian people and many Nigerian lawmakers, Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on all charges. For fiscal year 2025, the U.S. has requested nearly $8 billion for sub-Saharan Africa. But when Americans see political prisoners, judicial defiance, and the slaughter of Christians, they understandably ask as they meet their own struggles, why should our tax dollars support governments that refuse to protect their own people? Is our aid aiding a genocide? Nigeria is a nation of tremendous potential, but that potential is being choked out by violent persecution of its Christian population. No country can build a stable future where churches are burned, believers are killed, and communities live in fear. The United States must stay engaged, and Nigeria must change course now.
What the next step would be, a lot more, but I'm asking for specifics at this point, because I've never seen generalities ever result in anything that's been of consequence. What can we do on the by an international community, whether it be from the transnation in Africa or through the international community, through the UN, which I've seen be highly ineffective in the past, but what can we do of quantity and quality that's actually going to make a difference in Africa, because we haven't been doing it? What specifically, not generalities? Can you give me those answers between the two of you?
Sir, just a clarification, please. Across all of Africa or specifically in
Specifically in Nigeria, but all of Africa can actually contribute to solving this problem. We can use several countries to help us out with this. We don't have to be the only force to be.
Development and commercial investment in the continent can yield the best dividends, which is one of the reasons why this administration has focused so heavily on our commercial strategy in Africa. We rewrote the strategy and we've focused very heavily on delivering U.S. companies to the continent because we believe that they offer the best in terms of quality and can bring the most development. And it also delivers for the United States. We've focused very heavily on security, and AFRICOM has engaged heavily across the continent. So security is very important. Law enforcement is a very important piece of that as well. And so I'd say, as you look across the continent, the number one priority that I would place, because it lifts all boats, is the economic piece, and I'd focus on commercial.
So the AFRICOM commander is a Marine, 4-star, good friend of mine, and I understand what his limitations have been. You know, obviously, we don't want to be, if you're not invited into a country, it makes it much more difficult. I've seen the leverage we have economically, but I'm worried also about pushing them into Chinese arms, which they're ready and waiting to pilfer that country and its resources. What about how we deal with the international community coming in there, stabilizing it in a military fashion so that we can actually stop the violence? Because it doesn't seem like the government's being effective in that at all.
The new AFRICOM commander, General Anderson, it's good to hear that is a colleague of yours, is highly capable, as you know, Special Forces. He's brought a lot of focus to the continent and how he would like to work with African governments, including Nigeria, on sharing information and on achieving better outcomes on the security side of the equation. And so he's been very, very engaged and I believe will achieve results in terms of security on the continent.
Okay, I'm just going to once again get back to the center point that wasn't really addressed, but I hope is addressed. Yes, we need that financial leverage on them, and I think they will pay attention to that. We have their attention, but it's not finishing the race. We need to bring the international community on board to solve this in very tangible assets because the violence is real, it's not stopping, and Nigeria does not seem to be taking this seriously. Thank you. With that, I yield.
Thank you very much, Dr. McCormick. Mr. Oshatsky.
Now you can see the way these people actually deliberated on Nnamdi Kanu case during the time that they were actually deliberating on the Christian genocide that were actually going on in Nigeria. Now I want to show you the main video now for you to see how these people actually visited the country and all of that. Now, first of all, you will see a video where the U.S. Army actually entered Nigeria, because a lot of people are saying that, oh, U.S. is not having to do with Nigeria and all of that, that there's nothing they want to come and do as regards to the Kanu case. If U.S. can have the infantry, if they can come to Nigeria to actually come and prepare to eradicate the terrorists and all of that, now you're telling me they cannot come and handle the Kanu case as well? Now, just stay connected. Whatever U.S. says, they do. Now, they said they will send their army, they will send their troops to Nigeria. A lot of people, yet they still don't know that U.S. troops are finally landed in Nigeria. Hear it for yourself. Hear it for yourself. See how they landed at the airport, Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. Just see that one first to just clear your mind on the next video that you want to watch as regards how they came to Sokoto prison where Nnamdi Kanu was kept. Stay connected. See how U.S. Army actually landed. I'm coming back again.
See they don't land U.S. Air Force. Life in Nigeria. U.S. Air Force live in Nigeria. U.S. Air Force live in Nigeria. Yes. They are killing people. Innocent children are dying. Innocent pregnant women. They will go to church and kill everybody. U.S. Air Force is here for you guys. U.S. Air Force is here. See for that in Thomas. Where be this place? Where be this place? Which aeroplane are they see? For doubting Thomas. U.S. Air Force in Nigeria. Trump mean this thing. So people were doubting. He's here now. All this rubbish will stop. All this innocent killing will stop. All these.
Now you have seen it for yourself now that the US troops are finally landed in Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. Whatever US says that they will do, that's what these people actually do. Now, look at what actually happened a few hours ago. You can see it on your video screen. Look at the tweet up there. Look at how those people actually visited the Nnamdi Kanu Sokoto correctional facility where Nnamdi Kanu was actually kept. That's the tweet up there. Look at it for yourself. You can see that these people aren't playing at the moment. They finally here to actually come and do everything possible for Nnamdi Kanu to get justice and be released with immediate effect. That's what they're finally in Nigeria to do. Now, let me play you some series of video. You will hear from the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu as regards this development, and you will hear from lawmakers as well. They finally in support of Nnamdi Kanu. Hear things for yourself. Let me leave you to watch the video, and you will see the most annoying person as far as Nigeria is concerned, middleman for bandits, where was actually saying that he will support Nnamdi Kanu on conditions. You will see Gumi speaking. Stay connected. If you can share the video, share it. If you can share, just like it. I'm coming back again.
My people, this is Sokoto. I've been in this town for since 2 days now. Today is the 23rd day of November. I came to see Nnamdi Kanu. I have been with him since yesterday, so we have been discussing. So he's in Sokoto Correctional Center here. And what we are asking now is this: somebody whose appeal is in Abuja, and they're putting him in Sokoto. And if you want to file some processes, the federal government made a private jet available for him to take him to Abuja. After filing his process, they take him back. So that is another issue that is giving us concern, because the place of jurisdiction where he's going to do his appeal is in Abuja. And it's on record that all the filings that he has been doing it by himself in Court of Appeal Abuja Division. So there are some things that he needed to file there, including affidavit. He cannot do it. Everybody is frustrated. We are handicapped. So we are now looking for the next line of action on what to do. But meanwhile, at least for the first time, I have seen him. He's to confirm that he's in a Sokoto prison here. So I will be leaving to Abuja now. Then thereafter, I'll keep you people updated. Thanks and God bless you.
This is a press statement by the Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives. The subject has to do with appeal for a political and humanitarian resolution in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Southeast Caucus of the House of Representatives met today, the 24th of November 2025, here in the House of Representatives, to review the recent judgment in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to assess its implications for peace, security and stability in the Southeast region and the nation at large. As elected representatives, we reaffirm our total respect for the judiciary and the process that led to the conviction. However, our responsibility also requires us to speak with clarity when a legal matter evolves into a broader national concern with serious humanitarian, economic, and security consequences. After extensive deliberation, the caucus resolved to humbly appeal to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed TINUBU, GCFR, to consider a political and humanitarian intervention using the constitutional powers granted under Section 175 of the 1999 Constitution to grant pardon to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our appeal is grounded on the following considerations. 1. We believe that the continued detention of Mazi Kanu has contributed significantly to tension and agitation in the Southeast. Despite numerous calls for calm, the atmosphere remains strained. A presidential act of mercy at this time has the potential to de-escalate tensions, restore normalcy, and reduce the cycle of security operations and civil resistance. 2. Beyond its political nature, this matter has taken a deep emotional toll on families, communities, and the general population. The Southeast has experienced profound social disruptions in the form of closed markets, interrupted schooling, reduced commercial activity, and fear. A political resolution will ease these human burdens and allow communities to return to a dignified life. Thirdly, Nigeria has, in critical moments, relied on presidential magnanimity to heal divisions and consolidate peace. Indeed, the authors of our Constitution, and I mean the 1999 Constitution, conceived of Section 175 in anticipation that the bare dictates of the law may sometimes prove insufficient in tackling complex legal issues that are better handled politically via presidential discretion. It is our belief that an act of clemency by the President would resonate deeply across the country as a symbol of inclusiveness, fairness, and leadership that prioritizes healing over division. It will send a clear message that dialogue is still possible, even in difficult circumstances. Finally, the caucus believes that the release of Nnamdi Kanu through pardon would open space for broader engagement between the federal government, elected leaders, and community stakeholders to chart a sustained and peaceful path forward. Therefore, in the spirit of national healing, unity, and responsible leadership, we respectfully urge the President to consider this request as an investment in Nigeria's long-term peace and cohesion. We call on all citizens of the Southeast to remain calm, law-abiding, and supportive of ongoing efforts to secure a peaceful resolution. The Southeast Caucus remains committed to working with the federal government to advance national unity, inclusive governance, and lasting stability across all regions.
Nnamdi Kanu now, if he inclines to stop the agitation, the violent agitations and killing of people, and he says he's going to pursue whatever dream he has peacefully, I will be in the forefront trying to see that this man is released, because I should be given an amnesty for despite the offenses and atrocities he has committed.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see everything that actually happened in this very video. If you did not watch the video very well, we'll date back to the video again. See, if you want to know that Nigeria has totally finished, listen to what Gumi said at the end of this video that I just finished watching. Listen to what Gumi said. Middleman for bandits, Oga for bandits. Now that same Gumi that's supposed to even arrest as far as Nigeria is concerned. I don't mean that Nigeria is a safe country where law is actually working. Gumi is not supposed to be working freely in the country. For that same Gumi, the person that they call criminal, for him to be coming out to actually be talking about Nnamdi Kanu, telling Nnamdi Kanu that I don't mean that Nnamdi Kanu can actually feel remorse that Nnamdi Kanu will be released, that we actually agitate for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and stop all the agitation that is doing and all of that. For Gumi to be saying that Nnamdi Kanu should stop all his criminal acts, Gumi that a lot of people actually calling criminal, calling someone criminal as well. Get to where they call Port Black. Imagine middleman for bandits calling Nnamdi Kanu a criminal. Now you can see everything that's actually going on in Nigeria. Obviously speaking, we should look at what Gumi said in this video very well. He said, I don't mean that Nnamdi Kanu can feel remorse. That's to tell you obviously that the reason why Nnamdi Kanu was given that kind of sentence, that kind of harsh sentence, was because they felt he did not feel remorse. I didn't mean that he felt remorse and is licking their bum and all of that. They would have given him a light sentence and all of that. That's what the video is actually, that's what Gumi was actually saying in this very place. If you can think critically, you will know that they actually want to capture the integrity and talks of Nnamdi Kanu. They want to capture him, for they don't want the man to have any mind of his own again. They want to control him like remote. And the moment they say that, even in court, he was still even dragging with the judge and all of that. In fact, the judge had to send him out. When they noticed that he still have the infantry, the mind to still be roaring as a lion that he is, that was why they sent him to that jail. That was why they sent him to life imprisonment. You can hear everything from the voice of Gumi here. Now, what do you guys think as regards everything that is going on? Because the US and some other international communities are actually involved in the case. They're interested in the case. They said The judgment that they actually gave him is too harsh, because if you look at what this man did, they call Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. They called him different names. Yes, I'm not disputing the fact that they call him all those names, but the fact remains, this same man that they call him terrorist, how many people, how many dead body have they seen in his hand? Those are the questions that a lot of people are actually asking. When they arrested him, how many dead bodies did they see in his hand that he obviously took their life and all of that? How many people did they say that he unalived? But bandits in the bush will kidnap several people. As far as Nigeria is concerned, they will commit all manner of atrocities. They will unalive entire village, and at the end of it, Gumi, this same Gumi that spoke in this video, will be coming out to be telling Nigerian government to be negotiating with them. In fact, it will be the one to go and sit down among them and be negotiating. And he said the government is actually aware of all his actions. Now you can see that Nigeria is already going. Things are no more working again. Bandits that have taken the life of a lot of people, they will capture bandits. They will tell the entire Nigeria that, oh, this bandit that we capture, he have repented. He's no more engaged in the evil acts that they're doing again. Now we need to recruit them to our armies and give them a good rank. And at least I heard the fact that they send some of them abroad allegedly. Those are bandits that have taken the life of a lot of people. Now you can see what's actually going on as far as Nigeria is concerned. Are we saying that Gumi is now the president of Nigeria or what? Before Gumi can have the mind to say it, that if Nnamdi Kanu can actually feel remorse, that he will agitate immediately for his release and they will release him. That was what Gumi said. If you don't hear it very well, get back to the video again. That's to tell you that maybe Gumi is the president of Nigeria now. The person that a lot of Nigerians are actually clamoring for him to be arrested and get arrested immediately, that same person, middleman for bandit, is now talking as if he's the Alpha and Omega. Is whatever he said as far as Nigeria is concerned that will eventually stand. Now drop your opinion in the comment section on this video, because they said the US troops are finally landed in Nigeria airport, and you can see it in this very video. Now, what do you think will happen next? Because according to the report, they said the US said they should actually act to eradicate the terrorists in Nigeria, that many political figures, many political stakeholders will actually go with it. They will wipe out almost half of Nigerian politicians alongside. Drop a opinion in the comment section on this video as regards what will eventually happen as far as Nnamdi Kanu case is concerned. What's the fate of Nnamdi Kanu? Will these people release Nnamdi Kanu out of the jail? Will the US delegates work this out for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Drop a opinion. Feel free to say your mind in the comment section, as I'm gonna get another 200 for you and share. Follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video, and bye for now. Religious gossip today for body. Pastor with the line on top, pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politicians with the do pass, self corrupt leader. Why you waiting for church? All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.